Hey everybody, so today I'm going to be doing a prop breakdown for this lovely book I made, which is called the Wingology book from the movie Secret of the Wings, which is a Tinkerbell Disney movie. So basically what a prop breakdown is somewhat of a tutorial, but it doesn't show you piece by piece exactly how I made it. So I'm just going to be holding it up, like opening it, turning it around, and just kind of letting you being able to inspect it and tell you a little bit about how I made it. So let's get started. I'm going to start off with talking about the front of it. So the actual cover itself and the back is just regular craft foam. When I started out with making the design for this, I took regular paper, that's a type of poster paper that I got at the art store, and I used it to make a basic design for the shape of the wing. After I did that, I also made sure to do the same design, but about half an inch to an inch smaller, as to make the actual pieces of paper, the pages, fit inside the book without sticking out all the way. Unfortunately, it still does on this side. After that, I took a pencil and I drew out the basic shape of the Tinkerbell wing for the cover. Then I took a really small, sharp paintbrush and painted the design on with regular white paint. Some areas it's brighter than the other, and other areas it's slightly darker because there's more layers of paint. I thought it would look a little more natural if I did that, since the Tinkerbell wings and all of the fairy wings are kind of see-through. So it looks a little more natural that different areas are darker and lighter than others. There were also small dots on the design of the book, but instead of just doing regular circles, I decided to use little jewels. From far away, it kind of looks like it has water droplets on it. So this part right here is also made of craft foam and just the jewel. It was painted gold, and then I took a marker and just made the basic shape of the little grooves that are on this. So this is originally supposed to be a clip. In the book you notice that Tinkerbell clips it, and it's to hold the book from randomly opening. But with this I decided to avoid going all out with it, and I just glued it to the cover. As you see, it does not actually clip the book together. This part right here is just a regular stick that I got from a craft store. You can get it at Myers or Hobby Lobby or any kind of craft store, or even Lowe's. It was originally a lot longer, but I had my father cut it for me with a random tool. This part right here is regular polymer clay. What I did before doing anything at all with this, painting it or anything like that, I just took polymer clay and I made the basic design around the stick. And then I also made the basic shape by sticking the jewel in there, so there would be a shape that would fit the jewel instead of just an open groove where it could possibly fall out. I took a toothpick to make the little swirl engraving, and it actually has it goes around I think 3, maybe 4 times around the entire piece, so it's not just on the front. The jewel I originally had in a giant bag of beads and random jewels, and it was from a garage sale, so don't be afraid to go garage sailing because you can find a lot of really nice stuff to use for cosplay. And what I used for the type of string to hold this together is just regular thread. What I did is I poked a hole through each page and the craft foam itself with a really large needle. It was about this size. I know it's kind of hard to tell how big it is on camera, but it's a pretty wide needle that I used. And then I just took regular white thread and I threaded it through. So originally I was going to add more pages with more designs from the movie, but I decided to just keep the pages blank. But the very last page is the most important one that they focus on a lot in the movie, which is the page that Tinkerbell really needs to figure out why her wings are sparkling. If you watch the movie, it shows exactly what the page looks like, so I did my best to replicate it. In the movie, the worms, also known as bookworms, that maintain the library like to eat a lot of the pages. So the last page kind of looks similar to this, so I kind of cut out random pieces and made it look like something chewed on it a bit. So this is the exact wording from the last page. Unfortunately, the spacing that I did on this doesn't look like it would actually have a full chapter or sentence. It wouldn't really make sense if there are words that go in between it, but this is just based off of what it said in the movie. There's also a small design on the top and the bottom. I used a regular pencil to sketch out the basic shape and the design for both of those, and then I used a gold pen to outline it, because in the movie it shows that it's a type of light brown goldish color. Since my handwriting tends to really suck and I tend to mess things up a lot, I decided to print out the entire page, the wording for it, and then glue it on there. It's pretty obvious, but I don't really mind. I think it still looks really nice even though I didn't write it myself. So then turning it over, on the back here you notice that I actually didn't put the white design on there. To be honest, I just feel like it looks better only being on the front, but I may change my mind later and paint it on. And then the reason why this doesn't stick out like it would with a normal book is because I ended up gluing the wooden like binding piece, I guess you would call it, to the back piece of the book itself, which is another reason why the pages and the book cover and the backing don't line up like completely even. So that's my basic prop breakdown. If you have any kind of questions or concerns, let me know in the comments below and I'll reply to them as best as I can. Don't forget to subscribe and like and comment all of our other videos because we have a lot of awesome tutorials and convention videos on the way. Bye guys!